This baby right here just blew up a car in the previous episode. If you missed that, I would advise you to get back to it, because there was actually quite some interesting conversation. Well, not interesting conversation, but more like we were listening to some tapes. Ocelot was explaining how the situation in Afghanistan came to be. Of course, we're listening to our tapes on our iDroid, and let's just say there was a lot of significance, historical significance to what Ocelot had to say about the situation in Afghanistan. And like I said, if you missed the episode, please do me the sweetest of all favors and head back to it and listen to what Ocelot had to say and what I thought about it. Your support and love will be muchly appreciated. Let us get our GMP from our 2 dispatch missions. We get a volunteer from that. Sadly, we are fully overstocked. Let's look at base facilities. Maybe we can upgrade a facility. Yes, we may. Let us create one more medical platform and one more command platform. Our next potential upgrade will be 2 more command units, because this is something of great importance to me before we hopefully before we get to our FOB stage. Let's see, this one will finish in the next minute, so let us give some medical assistance in this region. This one should be done. Let's go back here, go to development.
Please specify
and
project.
We have a long-barreled AR over here that I'd like to develop. We won't probably get to use it in this episode. 18 minutes worth of development is quite a bit.
Please select a mission.
Apparently this still needs some time to initiate, so we'll have to start another deployment mission as we are on the field, so it's not such a big problem. We could do occupation forces next, of course, and then I believe by mission 10, when we do Angel with Broken Wings, we'll go visit Emmerich, the side quest that I had promised we would do. But for now, let's not do that. Let's do occupation forces. Apparently we can actually play the briefing tape.
Ismail Laman was full of Mujahideen, the Hamid fighters. Then suddenly they disappeared overnight and the Soviets moved right in. I guess the old fort is still in good enough shape that the Soviets want to use it as is. This means that the battalion commander stationed in Sakai village, a lieutenant colonel, is moving his operations room to the fort. Word is, he's an excellent leader. With him stationed at Smasi Fort, the Soviet forces in the area will operate all the better. And according to the client's information, he'll be bringing a tank unit to the fort as well. We don't know the redeployment date or the route they'll take, but there must be some planning documentation where the colonel is. You have 2 objectives: eliminate the colonel and stop the tank deployment. Counting on you, boss.
Okay. We need to eliminate the colonel and stop the tanks in some way.
Mission accepted.
I think we'll drop off here. More central location. Let's select our uniform. I am thinking of going with something a bit more difficult to detect. I used to love Desert Stripes, but I want to go with Golden Tiger instead for that sunset. When the sun sets, it looks really, really awesome. And I was thinking we could further upgrade one of my favorite command units, if I can find her, the White Ferret. She will be our Golden Tiger. Nah, I think I'd like to see her face for now. This time actually I'd like to try see, I'm not really sure if I full-turned this particular general when I did the mission. Some people are asking why not choose the right SMG? What's so bad about it? My only issue is that with the tranquilizer gun, you can shoot anyone on any part of their body and they will not react. They'll just think it's a bug that stung them. They'll just be like, huh, what happened? And that's that. A few moments later, they'll drop to the ground. But with the Riot SMG, it fires duds that have high impact, which can knock out a unit with. But if you hit the person and it's a non-headshot, they'll react and say that they're under attack. The suppressor doesn't last long, and if a person is being hit in sight of another unit, that other unit will call an alert, because unlike a tranquilizer gun, I am assuming they can feel that this is an actual weapon being used against them. It's something I would like to experiment with within probably FOB missions when I'm infiltrating, but it's definitely something that is not good for me currently. But I'm actually quite interested in one of these SMGs. Should I go? I've never actually used it. Should I go lethal? I think I should go DJ lethal, man. Let's go DJ lethal. If I need to sneak up on the guy, I will, and then try Fulton him from there. We have stealth camouflage, I'll try to save it. But it'll still be D-Horse, so we're getting close to using D-Dog. Don't you dare worry about that. Let's go in ASAP.
Deploying.
This mission has two objectives. Eliminate the colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smasi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sakai village and search for the colonel and his deployment plans.
And here we are. Gonna be experimenting with my new SMG, Newfound Glory. And I don't know when I'll get to drop off. Give me a chance to drop, please. There we go.
Be careful down there, boss.
Now if I lay down,
The map has been
if you combine
updated.
this with the sunset, you get a really good camouflage effect, if you ask me. We need to get 70 meters that way.
Clouds
And I
approaching.
promised to listen to the last tape and set up another deployment mission when we get to the ground. So let's do
Please
that.
select a mission.
Let's do that. Let's liberate a tanker.
Unit
And then
dispatched.
our final tape. Listen to what Ocelot has to say about the Honeybee analysis.
I had the R&D team analyze the Honeybee. How? The CIA wanted it with everything intact. They took it apart to look at it. Then they put it back together. Everything intact. That's the R&D boys, all right. Turns out the Honeybee's homing capabilities are a cut above previous manpads. It can detect a broad range of infrared wavelengths and even ultraviolet for supplementary guidance. Hence the name, huh? Right. Honeybees rely on UV light to fly. With this device, flares don't do the target any good. That's why the Soviets are losing so many gunships, and why the CIA was so desperate to get it back. It wasn't just about preventing the Soviets from devising countermeasures. What if the likes of Iran got their hands on it? American aircraft would be put at risk too. We can use this tech to develop our own portable missile. That'll give us a huge advantage. It'll take a little time before the analysis results can be applied to actual implementation. But we'll keep moving with the research.
Okay. Oh. Hopefully we can attract this guy to our location and put him out of his misery. But as Ocelot was saying, the reason why... No, they went against the CIA's rules and actually went ahead and dismantled the Honeybee.
Don't move. Where are your friends?
Okay.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
As I was saying, they went ahead and dismantled the honeybee so that they could potentially see why exactly the CIA wanted it. Now bear in mind the CIA had given this weapon to the Mujahideen in Afghanistan so that they could fight against the Russians for them. And now they've realized that it's because of the fact that it's... Will someone spot this? I hope not. They found out that unlike normal
He's coming too.
homing missile technology, usually it's heat detection that they use on aircraft so that they can get a good lock on onto the target and hopefully get a good hit and bring the aircraft down. But they found that in this case, normal flares don't actually do anything. Heat recognition is not its primary concern. And so no matter what the aircraft currently tries to do to lose the homing rocket, it will potentially fail. Hence why it's such an important thing to have. So the honeybee in that regard is a very powerful weapon. My question is, will we actually get to use it against something very, very big? I did not expect him to fall. Let's get a bit close and personal. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but we did it anyway. But anyway, so most aircraft can't do much about it currently at the point in which they were analyzing the honeybee. Maybe we can get a shot, but I believe it's gone.
Analysis complete.
Here it is. Let's see, I'm thinking of just planting a C4 here just in case I need to shut down communications. And we've actually found a prisoner and resources. I'm trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to extract him, because if they do see the Fulton, we might be in a little bit of a pickle. They didn't see me, I got lucky. I hope he'll come down. Does he have a helmet? I believe it does. Okay, second soldier incoming, we need to move quick. Okay, soldier gave up on the search. Risky Fulton attempt, part 1.
Analysis complete.
Okay, subject is in.
Okay. But anyway, interesting stuff about the honeybee. I'm thinking of playing another tape, figuring out a little bit more information. If this guy runs towards us, he's coming in for an easy kill. Okay, they haven't caught an alert, it's just on caution.
You have arrived at your destination.
There we go. Need to locate the command building. Seem to have lost track of where I was actually going. And while there is a little bit of peace and quiet, let's get out our iDroid. Head over to the cassette tapes. Mother base. What happened to old mother base members? Yeah, let's. That's interesting.
Snake, do you remember Amanda?
Yeah, I do.
Their revolution was a success. Somoza resigned, and Nicaragua has a new government. Amanda's really working hard for her country to be reborn.
Good for them.
She says she wishes Chico could be there.
That revolution was the dream. For Amanda, for Chico, and their father.
That chopper was no place for Chico to die. I'd like to at least think history will remember his part in the revolution.
When you pick up a gun, there's always a chance you'll die for nothing. He knew that as well as the rest. Now that he's gone, it's up to him. Decide what it was all worth. If we don't, there's nothing to prove that Chico ever lived at all.
You have arrived.
We're his mark on the world.
Amanda told us that Strangelove contacted her after the revolutionaries came to power in Nicaragua. Strangelove, the AI researcher from Mother Base?
I remember her.
We'd lost touch with her, until Amanda heard from her out of the blue. She told Amanda she wanted to salvage Peace Walker's drive parts, or something from the bottom of Lake Nicaragua. Amanda passed the request on to her friends in the new administration. She's a national hero now, after all. So Strangelove got a Soviet military aircraft to transport something somewhere. But apparently the cargo wasn't big enough to have been Peace Walker itself.
So what was it?
Who knows? We recovered Peace Walker's nuclear warhead ourselves 9 years.
Okay, Chico's dead. That's been classified after the crash in Ground Zeroes. And his sister Amanda, who you get to talk to in Peace Walker, is the revolution that she had started within Peace Walker in Nicaragua was actually a success, and her father is dead, her brother Chico is dead, so she's lost her family for the freedom of her people, but at least in the end there are people who live a normal life due to her sacrifices and her family's sacrifices.
Intel file extraction arrived at Mother Base. Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
Okay.
Boss, that document you just got is the deployment plans for the Smasi Fort reinforcements. According to the plans, the colonel is supposed to join up with a tank unit of Waksin Barracks and then proceed to Smasi Fort. Those tanks being on the move doesn't make things easy. Hurry, boss. I've sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
Let us try slide on down this way. Hopefully we won't get spotted by anyone. But anyway, as I was saying, Skullface's ambush seems to have failed to kill Big Boss in Ground Zeroes, but Chico, Pass, I'm assuming Morpho as well, they paid the ultimate price and died in that particular event, which is not so great. Kind of enjoyed the conversations back when Chico and Pass were still very much alive. Not much to say about them when they're dead now, but it's a damn shame, really. Let's try eliminate some targets.
Extraction arrived at mother base. Enemy
That's the way.
Assuming that they can't see.
Now eliminate those tanks, boss.
Wow, this tank is taking a crap ton of damage. Stealth it up again.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss. Just one tank left.
enemy equipment detected.
Oh snap. I guess we need to ask for a supply ammunition deployment on our location.
Select supplies.
God damn it. Okay, I didn't expect to die, but
Snake,
oh
talk
well.
to me! Snake!
Tank units route to your right, droid.
And round 2 with the tank squad.
Enemy equipment detected.
That was a mistake.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss. Now eliminate those tanks, boss.
Okay, one tank is down.
Nice work. Keep it up. Just one tank left.
One is on the run. Wow. Let's just say that these tanks are quite the problem. I can't let this one tank escape, sadly.
Clear shortly.
Okay. Let's try catch up.
Extraction failed.
Not sure if we can get back to this tank in time, but we shall try without dying. Go, 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 go. Might regret that when I need ammunition though. $100 more meters. Oh no. I'm hoping it's dead. That's the final blow. Is it? Yep.
Mission
Nice
info
work.
has been updated.
Okay, I must.
Good. You've completed the objective. Now get out of there. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Please select a support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Since we're already by the location, body support. Let's dismiss the horse and go huddle up behind the rock before I die again. I wonder what's going on over there. A light, but you can't get an actual good vantage point to see what the hell's going on. Searchlights, I guess they're looking for me. The soldier that's supposed to be there is not there, so I'm assuming it's someone I might have shot. Maybe not. Not too sure. Maybe it's someone I took out and the light was still on when it became nighttime. Just use knock to sign in to see if anyone else is nearby.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at
No
LZ.
one else. Should be safe.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
And I believe we're safe.
Gaining altitude.
Thanks for watching once again. Like I said, I'm doing live commentary just so that we can blow past these particular main ops that have no story to them and get back into the story and discussions. Thanks for watching. I know this episode was a bit clumsy with that death and a lot of inaccuracy,
Development project has been added.
but thanks for watching either way.